We know what the FBI's been up to, but what exactly has the FBI up to? Well, unfortunately, with the summer winding down, shucks. The FBI makes 6,000 arrests, seizes firearms in summer-long operation. How adorable. You're taking away people's Second Amendment rights. Are you actually going after criminals? Well, it's the feds. They kind of do whatever the hell they want, right? They'll just kick in the door, FBI, open up, regardless of if you're guilty or not. It's more about political affiliation at this point. Anyways, FBI agents arrested about 6,000 alleged violent criminals. Alleged violent criminals. I wonder what kind of crimes those were. Anyways, across the United States over the past 4 months and have seized more than 2,700 firearms and large quantities of fentanyl. So you have the firearms down to a nice science, but you said large quantities of fentanyl. Sweet. The Bureau announced Tuesday. Congratulations, you guys did a great job. 4 months. 2,700 firearms and a large amount of fentanyl. Great. Anything else? Violent crime is on the minds of a lot of Americans right now, and top of the mind of police chiefs and sheriffs who constantly tell me, that the rising rate of gun and gang violence, they're pretty much interwoven, but I'd imagine you probably didn't go into Los Angeles, New York, south side of Chicago, some of the other big cities that are out there, and you didn't actually address the gang violence. It was just more like, oh man, if we just take the guns away from the Bloods and the Crips and the gangster disciples and the woos and chos, they'll just go ahead and they'll just be peaceful little guys out there and they won't do anything bad. What a fucking utopian idiot. FBI Director Christopher Wray said in a video message about its operation. The FBI, which faced increased criticism about its targeting of former President Donald Trump and his supporters, said that the agents and local law enforcement officials arrested nearly 6,000 alleged violent criminals and gang members. It also seized more than 2,700 firearms connected to the criminal conduct. Those operations were carried out in California, Texas, Hawaii, Illinois, New Mexico, Washington, Pennsylvania, and Puerto Rico. Cool. And you're telling me that's all you got? You're right there down at the fucking border, and that's all you could find when it comes to gun runners? Would you have some Pinkerton up in a fucking tree stand just with a pair of binoculars just waiting for anybody to cross along one stretch of the fucking border? Like, what are you doing? The Los Angeles Metropolitan Task Force on violent gangs arrested 28 members. That's it. 4-month stretch in Los fucking Angeles. How many violent crimes can we pull up? And you got 28 motherfuckers. Unless they were doing all of the crime that's there. Unbelievable. Just fucking useless. Of the South Side Los Angeles-based East Side Playboy street gang for alleged federal racketeering, firearms, and narcotics charges. The FBI said in providing an example, the task force seized approximately 47 firearms, 28 people, 47 firearms. You did nothing. You did fucking nothing. This was a publicity stunt. Fuck off. Almost 200 kilograms of methamphetamine. That's not... that's a lot, but it's not like a lot. 27 kilos of coke. Okay, so like a partial day's push. And more than 13 kilograms of fentanyl. That could kill a lot of people. Okay. And more than 7 kilograms of heroin. Was it just heroin not that popular in Los Angeles? Interesting. Agency also said that the gang task force executed 16 federal search warrants targeting prison and street gangs around Albuquerque, New Mexico. Anything about an investigation into a movie set in New Mexico? No? Okay. No movement on that one, though. Okay. They seized more than 1 million fentanyl pills, 142 pounds of methamphetamine, 37 firearms, 9 ballistic vests, 2 hand grenades, and $1.8 million in cash, the Bureau said. That's nice. Not saying that this isn't good and important work, but if you're out there publicizing and how good of a job your Bureau is doing, and these are all the receipts that you have, just color me a little underwhelmed. It comes as the average murder rates across the United States hit 6.9 murders per 100,000 people in 2021, or the highest figure it's been in more than 20 years. And yeah, we've been looking specifically at a couple of different cities that are around the country right now, and oh boy, are there skyrocketing crime rates in funnily enough, these places, what kind of policies did they have? What kind of mayors did they elect that are there? Weird. There just doesn't seem to be any correlation out there at all whatsoever. Nope. Couldn't possibly be a certain party to draw lines. Nope. It definitely isn't a pattern that I see recognized. Nope. Not one at all. Drug overdose deaths at the same time have spiked more than 100 Oh, yeah, 107,000 nationwide in 2021, setting an all-time record. And all you came across was a couple of kilos of coke, fentanyl, and heroin. Sweet, wonderful, fantastic. And $1.8 million in cash for a fucking drug bust. That is a laughable haul over a 4-month-long investigation. Some critics, meanwhile, have said Democrat-sponsored policies. Oh no, they connected to the dots. God damn it. Targeting bail reform have allowed repeat offenders back onto the streets. Yeah, there's a video that'll be coming out, or would have already come out, because again, depending on where that is. There was a hatchet attacker in a McDonald's. Yeah, he was let out without bail, because of course he was, because New York City is fucking mental. New York State, hey, there it is, changed its bail laws in response to an outcry over prisoners accused of minor crimes being held in jail for extended periods while awaiting trial because they couldn't afford to pay bail. Yeah, cool. And if you would have done bail reform for those people who were just being held on bail on non-violent, non-offending crimes, okay, victimless crimes that are out there, that would be totally fine. But instead, you're releasing people that have committed arson, assault, and don't worry, it'll get even worse in places like Illinois here in the new year. Oh boy, this is just going to be fun as a motherfucker. Record-setting spat of homicides in Albuquerque has ratcheted up pressure in New Mexico's governor, Michelle Lujan Grisham. Of course it is. Including some fellow Democrats. Oh, wow. The first-term governor has joined efforts to ban pretrial release for certain violent crimes, though some legislatures in her own party have balked at rolling back reforms that largely ended money bail. Of course, right. Like, I don't know if they keep numbers on the amount of border crossings that happen in New Mexico, but that's one place that you don't hear about. Sure, you hear about the gaps in the border in Arizona, in Texas, and Florida. Florida's kind of a different animal, but when it comes to U.S.-Mexico border, you hear an awful lot about Texas, but I don't think that they'd be not taking advantage of a gap that exists in New Mexico. It's either one of two things. It's either they completed the wall across New Mexico, or they just don't fucking care. Both of which are just kind of hilarious in my books because, again, it's a Democrat-controlled area for whatever fucking reason. Really doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense because we see how those illegal border crossers end up getting flown out. If it's fine and it's sanctioned if Biden does it, but if Ron DeSantis does it, he's a human trafficker and a fucking terrorist. It's just odd justification. But speaking of human trafficking, guess what's restarted once again? The Clinton Foundation. Oh boy, ain't this fucking hilarious. Somebody who should have been investigated a little further. Oh, I'm sorry. Hillary Clinton went through an entirely thorough investigation by the FBI, and they said, oh, guess what? We found that you might have done something, but it would be improper to indict you. Not that you haven't done anything. It would just be improper. It wouldn't be a good look for us. So we're not gonna do that. Unfucking believable. Reactivated Clinton Global Initiative ready to save a world on fire. Oh, great. Thank God they've descended down the mountain, each carrying a fucking tablet. They've spoken to the man in the burning bush. Oh, no, sorry. It was actually just George Bush that was up there. They're here to overthrow more governments. Oh, I'm sorry. Capitalized on the plight of Haiti. Oh, I'm sorry. Save the world. Former U.S. President Bill Clinton sees a troubled world on fire in strife and tensions and is convinced he has just the means to save it. Oh, God. I'm formerly from the government, and I'm here to help. That's why he's calling on governments, businesses, philanthropies, and other prominent institutions to back the Clinton Global Initiative, CGI. Oh, great, because it's all just Has it ever been more obvious that we're living in a fucking simulation, that it's actually the Matrix that's out here? Unfucking believable. And a meeting of international leaders when it reconvenes Monday for the first time since 2016. Great. Those who do not attend will meet with a host of celebrities along the way. Oh, who do attend? Oh, great. This year's guest list includes Matt Damon, Bono. Ugh. I think I've said this a bunch of times. U2 is one of the most, it could very well be the most overrated band of all time. I go back and forth between U2 and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's one or the two. Ashley Judd, Robin Wright, I thought that said Robin Williams, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, along with Nobel Prize winner Mala Yousafzai. Okay, Lauren Powell Jobs. Is that the widow of Steve? I'm actually asking. California Governor Gavin Newsom. Oh, because he doesn't have anything better to do back home. Jose Andres and Queen Rania of Jordan. How adorable. Clinton, president of the United States from 1993 to 2001, claims to be amazed by the massive response to the event, resuming more than a decade. Oh, or after the delay caused by the coronavirus pandemic and your wife's failed presidential bid in 2016. Because there wasn't exactly a pandemic between 17, 18, and 19. Just saying. The world's on fire in a lot of different ways, and we'd like to add to that fire. Oh, but there's a lot of things that businesses, non-governmental groups, NGOs, how great, and governments working together can do for a lot of these problems. Yes, it's almost like there's a blueprint in order to merge the government and large businesses together that was written by a little overzealous Italian man back in the 30s. Looks like somebody's been doing some reading. Subset of the Clinton Foundation, the CGI convenes global and emerging leaders. Matt Damon's an emerging leader. Bono, like the motherfucker hasn't done anything of note besides piss off Apple users in a fucking long time. And implement solutions in the world's most pressing challenges. Say a whole bunch without saying fucking anything. Listen, we want to take over the world because Bill can't run for president again and nobody likes Hillary. So we need to figure out a way in order to get as much power without doing as much as possible. Can you just put us in power? That'd be great. Okay, thanks. I just really hope, this is not going to happen, but I just really hope that the FBI keeps up that same energy. Okay, they went and raided Trump at Mar-a-Lago because he had a whole bunch of nuclear secrets or national defense information. Sure he did. But if the Clintons do anything fucked up, anything more fucked up than what they have in the past, I really hope that the FBI, because now it's open season, keeps a close eye. But come on now. We all know what happens to anybody who has information that could lead to the arrest of the Clintons. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.